Congressional Testimony, Reexamining the Economic Costs of Debt by L. Randall Wray. Section 1. Growth of Government Spending. Despite all the talk of government spending running amok, over the past 60 or so years, government spending relative to GDP has been rather constant. Figure 1 shows post-war growth of government spending, both on a per capita basis and relative to GDP. As we can see, federal government spending essentially stopped growing relative to GDP around 1960, while state and local government spending stopped growing around 1970. In 2006, just before the Great Recession, U.S. federal government spending was 20.7% of GDP, only slightly above its value in 1960 at 20.1%. It had decreased steadily in the 1990s and only increased again due to the government's response to the Great Recession. State and local government spending grew through the 1960s, stabilizing at around 11 to 12% of GDP after that. In 2019, state and local spending stood at 11.59% of GDP, slightly above its value of 11.35% in 1975. Figure 1 also shows that federal government inflation adjusted per capita spending has been rising at a pace similar to growth of GDP per capita. If we remove Medicare and Social Security spending, federal spending has been growing at a slower pace than per capita GDP, indicating that much of the growth of per capita federal spending has been due to an aging society in which retirement and healthcare spending on the elderly has grown. To conclude, neither state and local government spending nor federal government spending has been growing rapidly relative to GDP and population growth. It does not appear that rising government debt is due to profligate government spending.